And we're back. Chris Lasoya, Matty Marshall taking over for Rocky Cagnoni and Oliver Lang. Good morning to everybody out there.
Beautiful morning.
Beautiful.
It was great. A little chilly for a second.
It was. My toes were freezing, actually. I'm not going to lie. It's good to see everybody out here again. It's going to be a great day here in Central Florida paintball.
Yeah, we have yesterday. There were some blowouts and some good games. I think that just like we saw that last one, Cal State, Long Beach. They played clean finally, and that was the big difference. And Chris Tregarthen was definitely going to work in the snake for sure.
Absolutely. I was watching him out here, got some work done. They got their stuff together. I think they got a couple penalties. But keep in mind, like we spoke about before, Northeastern University only had 7 players.
Yeah.
They were going back to back. They hadn't won a game all season.
Mm-hmm.
They came here. They qualified yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They made it Saturday.
And you got to give them props for that. You
absolutely.
Give them respect for that. They fought hard. They're definitely some good guys. I was talking to some of those guys over there, and they understand how what it takes, and it's a long road.
Absolutely. Next up though, we got University of Florida Gators against Ohio University.
The Ohio University Bobcats.
This should be a pretty good game, actually.
Yeah, this should be a hotly contested match for sure. Florida Gators, this is their home field,
right?
And the Ohio University Bobcats, great bunch of guys, man. Have been able to talk to a few of their players over the years, and they definitely have a strong squad. So one of the oldest teams in NCPA in the history. All right, let's look at this first breakout here. Both teams, strong guns up off the break, not very aggressive over on the snake side of the field.
Florida Gators losing their back right corner guy, losing their Dorito guy. They're in some serious trouble right now.
Oh, look at this, though. On the for Ohio, they lose the guy to the pins, and then trying to get to the back corner and fill out. It looks like he was able to make it in there. Almost got shot, and now Florida gets shot trying to come into snake 1. So it's been a complete bloodbath so far. And it was interesting because off the break, both teams had 5 guys alive.
Yeah, it looks like right now, the Ohio State guys, Ohio running around right now, they don't realize that everybody's dead. They still have 3 players alive, but that was a great, breakout, 5-on-5, one
guns
person.
Up.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, it was one of those breakouts, like, it's 5-on-5. No one dies immediately off the break, but then everyone gets locked in those gunfights, and a couple guys on both teams winning those quick gunfights. But it did, it was back and forth. It was back and forth. No one was a definitive winner of that gunfight battle. But Ohio just, they had 2 more guys left at the end of that point, and they were able to take it.
Absolutely. If this is a prelude to any of the way this game's going to go this afternoon, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a good game this morning. So,
Ohio took second place last year to Purdue. and third place in 2008. So, you know, and like I said, they have a lot of returning guys. They're definitely one of the favorites here, and they were not challenged yesterday at all when they, I think they played Drexel yesterday, and completely, not Drexel, but Rutgers, and completely dismantled them. So they're definitely, you know, going to get a better game from Florida. And Florida, you know, they were pretty confident too. Everyone's confident. We talked about that yesterday.
Right.
You know, you have to come in confident.
You know, Florida took first at the Collegiate World Cup in 2006. You know, so they're nobody to be, you know, taken lightly. However, they do have a lot of new players in their team. You know, this is their Central Florida Paintball here is their home field.
Mm-hmm.
They drive 2 hours for practice. You know, so these guys come out here, you know, every now and then, but they don't get a lot of practicing before this tournament. I mean, they've been busy with school. You know, they haven't had a chance to get out here but once or twice this year. So they're really under practice right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the score is 1-0 in favor of Ohio. 13:52 left on the clock. Let's see if Florida can stay alive in their bunkers.
You know, yesterday we saw a really good game from the Florida Gators. You know, Chaz Ringelman, number 17, he's a math major. He's also a junior. Played really great. Devek Sharama, he actually played really well yesterday. He's a pre-med major. He's also a junior.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of good players in their team that were playing really well yesterday. I was pretty happy with them.
Well, they're going to need to step it up today as they're taking on Ohio University, like we said, one of the powerhouses in collegiate paintball. And on the breakout, 4 guns up for Ohio as they try to get out on the snake side of the field to the stand-up behind the snake, and then breaking on the secondaries to both sides of the field. Florida looks like they made it out alive. Oh, then it loses his first gunfight.
Florida Gators losing 2 players, 3 players now. They're down 3 players, so it's 4 on 2 right now, with Ohio taking the snake and going all the way down to 50. This guy's going to have an easy shot in the cake guy across the field. Look for that guy to cake across the field to die real quick. That's G4 for Ohio State. Ohio, that's G5, I believe. I believe that's it. Ohio taking that point convincingly.
Yeah,
4 players.
Nice job by Alex Amario. Alex Amario, who's actually has the flu and pink eye at the same time.
Yeah, I saw that kid walking around here this morning. He looked horrible.
Yeah, he was like blowing his nose and like not seeing out of one eye. So like I can only imagine how that actually is as he dives into the dirt and the snake gets some of that dust in your face.
I cannot imagine. I saw him and I was like, "What are you talking about?" I looked over and I was like, "Whoa,
yeah,
Jesus,
yeah,
stay away from me, kid."
They're like, "Yeah," and Alex over there is playing with the flu and pink eye. And we're like, "Which one?" And they point over at him, and he just looks ghost white, blowing his nose, eye all crusted.
I felt bad for the kid. That's well.
Hey, man, that's heart. You know,
hey, that's a lot of heart.
Yeah, you don't want to work all year long, have a really strong team, be doing work for the team in your position, and just have to sit out for something like the flu.
Yeah.
Even though obviously it's hitting him pretty hard, but he's out there grinding, and that's what this is all about.
Absolutely. You know, I'm definitely a lot of good games come up here for you this afternoon. We got next up, we have University of Pittsburgh Panthers along with Florida Atlantic University Owls. That'll be a good game. It's a rematch from yesterday, I believe. Liberty University Flames coming up, Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of good games coming up this afternoon, and you know, I'm telling you, it's going to be a good day this afternoon for sure.
And then also in the afternoon, we have favorites Purdue, Drexel. They're going to be taking on the winner of the Pittsburgh, Florida Atlantic, or Liberty and Virginia Tech. We're going to see some good paintball today.
Right. And the winner of this game is going to actually take on the Texas Volunteers later.
Mm-hmm. And you know, like we talked about, I'm really looking forward to seeing how these powerhouse teams when they smash together, what's going to happen.
Right. Like we talked about yesterday. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that as well.
Yeah. All right. Got about 30 seconds to go for the start of this next point. Still only 1-0 Ohio. And I don't know did they not throw that other point on the board, or maybe it was a dirty hang?
No, there's the point right there, 2-0.
Okay, there we go. So it's 2-0 now.
Look for Florida to change it up a little bit right here on this breakout. I think they might come out a little less conservative, a little more conservative like they did yesterday.
Well, the thing is that they are technically, I mean, they're starting a lot of guns up and then trying to secondary out, and the guys are making their spots, but they're just dying in that initial gunfight.
Right. Here's a good move we haven't seen much today. To go into that center can with Florida Gators right here. I like that move right there.
And he's shooting snake side, trying to shut that down. And we talked about when you go up to those center structures, you want to put your gun on the snake side and keep them from getting into the snake. Right now, look.
Florida Gators losing 2 of their Dorito players. So that whole side over there is wide open right now. All Ohio has to do is recognize that. They're at the 50 Dorito across the field. He can turn the field with these guys.
But look at this. Ohio loses 2 players out of their bunkers as well, and then making a big move all the way into the snake. He stops into snake 1.
Yeah, and also Florida losing their back right corner guys. So all the snake guys have to do is run down the field and shoot both these guys in the back.
Doug Cedarholm right now in the snake for Ohio University.
Yeah, Florida Gators losing 2 more of their players. 4, 5. Oh, that's all 5 of them right there. You know what? And something we saw right there, Matty, is that guy making the 50 Dorito on the far side. That Ohio guy. Once he made it to that side, both of the guys watching the snake switched their guns. Ohio took advantage of that. Comes in the snake. They lose their back corner guy, and then the Ohio guy comes on the field, shoots both of them in the back. You know,
and that was a really close point, and it basically came down to, though both teams were losing players out of their bunkers, which has just been plaguing a lot of teams, and it's painful. It's going to happen. It's just very frustrating to see a guy make it out to a spot and then immediately come out into a stream.
Right.
That's when I know you just slid in, I understand that, but you still have to have the composure to have that sixth paintball sense, that high paintball IQ, where it's like, okay, well, they know I made it to the spot. They were shooting at me. Probably coming out right away, not exactly the move that you should be doing at that particular time. Just post up for a second.
Absolutely.
Wait, let that stream stop, and then engage. You don't need to. The guy was shooting at you as you were making your move across. You don't want to come right out into that gun.
No, I mean, you get in there, you could assess the situation. You see where the paint's coming in. By the angle of the paint coming in, you can usually tell where the guy is. Is he in the corner? Is he in the back center? Come over the top, take a peek for a second.
Exactly.
You don't need to come out.
It's that gunfight logic. It's just so important, and you really have to think about it that way. A lot of the guys, when they're doing drills or they're playing, they're not actually deconstructing the game like that. But and some people are just inherently good at that and have that natural high paintball IQ.
Absolutely.
But it's still something you need to consciously work on. Under a minute here to go, and Florida they need to get something going, man. It hasn't been. The points have been relatively close because Ohio's is losing players out of their bunkers as well. But man, they're keeping a couple of those key guys alive, and those key guys are making moves.
Yep. And I know you guys at home are looking at my last name. I know it's spelled L-A, and I'm sure those guys downstairs made a typo error by chance. It is L-A-S-O-Y-A, not L-O. Just to let you know. Love you guys. All right, next time we got it coming up here. I tell you right now, these Florida Gators usually yesterday going right-handed on the snake, right-handed on the Doritos. They usually played a little better than this. Ohio is looking really, really good right now.
You know what it is? I think the difference is Ohio they're doing a good job of shooting off the break and staying on those lanes. It's like, okay, well, you know how when you raise your gun up, as right now we're about to see it, a guy is not running through the lane yet, you stay on that lane if you're not getting put in.
Absolutely, and just keep going.
Yeah. So here we go, 3 guns up for Ohio.
Nice breakout.
Yeah, nice breakout for both teams. Look at that, big move all the way to the 40-yard line. Dorito for Ohio University.
5-on-5 right now. Actually, Florida Gators losing their Dorito guy and their corner guy for the Dorito guy. So now the whole left side's open, filling it out there.
They're about to lose their pin player too, yep.
Oh,
so
no.
3 Florida, again, they have a great break, and then they just lose everyone out of their bunkers.
James Sutton, number 9, making a good fill out there, though. He had to get outside. He knew that he lost the whole side. He makes the fill. Now Ohio losing the whole snake side.
Yeah, look at Doug Cedarholm getting shot for Ohio University as he was trying to get into that. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that was Brooklyn.
And number 1, Devek Sharam, trying to make the move into the snake. Getting shot in the goggles from across the field.
Nick Kakuza trying to make that bump into the snake, but just gunfighting a little bit sloppy. He got shot in the face.
Oh, and now losing their back corner guy, James Sutton, who made that great move to fill the corner for Florida Gators.
Ohio looks
taken
good.
Out. Yes,
Ohio
absolutely.
Looks really good.
Really clean, nice control.
Again, it's clean and it's controlled, and it's really that that 10 to 15 second window after the break because they're not really shooting anyone off the break. I mean, they're shooting a couple guys, but where they're getting those kills is, like we've just been talking about, is that engagement, that first engagement after the player makes it in a spot. And I think that also comes down to the fact that Florida's really not putting a lot of pressure on them off the break. Because if, those guys that are shooting off the break, you need to be able to make the guy check back in. Because if you don't make him check back in, he's going to keep that stream on your guy. So when they make those secondaries, he's going to have that shot.
Absolutely. And like you said before, it's those secondary moves that are the moves that are going to win the game for you. And a lot of these players, watching the Florida Gators, their secondary moves are kind of choppy right now. They got to make them a little more clean. Their lines to their bunkers got to be a little better.
Yeah, we got a replay coming up here. All right, so looking at Ohio University on the breakout. That's Nick Kakuza right there, barely getting into that spot. And you see him, he's gunfighting aggressively around that. And he wants to make it in the snake, but he just wasn't able to do it.
And you can see right there, Devek Sharam trying to make that move from the tower to the snake. If he'd have made that, it could have been in trouble for Ohio right there.
Yep. And then, look at, here comes Ohio finally making the move up the center, and just completely unabated, because at that point they'd already shot 4 guys out of their bunker, and then the point was over.
Right.
So Ohio's looking crisp.
Right, absolutely. Like I said, James Sutton making that corner move and filling that corner. It was need to be situation. He lost both of his corner guy and his Dorito guy. Had to get out there. By not making that corner, he's going to be in trouble, even worse.
So. Oh, and you have to make it out. you cannot leave the snake side completely open. You have to either have a guy in the stand-up temple behind the snake or make it to the snake off the break, which is completely achievable, or get to that back corner. But the problem is they're not having a hard time getting out there. They're just dying immediately after they get out there, which it's
disappointing.
It's disappointing.
It's all about technique and getting your gun skills and your gun battles down. Like you said before, it's about gunfighting, and they're losing those gunfights right now.
Well, let's see if Florida can get it together on the gunfighting side of the ball here. Heavy gun breakout. 5 guns up for Florida University.
Nice breakout.
Look at this, running and gunning all the way to the Dorito, but then, God, I hate to see that.
Ohio down 2 bodies. It's now 4-on-3. Florida Gators making the move to the tower. If he can actually wrap this around and he can get in these snakes, if he's in the snake, Ohio's in some serious trouble right here.
So he just needs to gun up, come around. He's getting shot at from the back center. But from that position, you can put the back center in and make your own move.
Right. I like right now how the Florida Gators are utilizing that can to shut down this snake side. I think he's the one that might have got the G's on here.
I think you're right. There
Ohio
he goes.
losing another player. Oh, barrel. Oh, yes. That is awesome. In case you guys didn't see that, he just took a core sample with his barrel. So he's pretty much out of the game. That guy is never going to get that out of
he's
there.
taking his barrel off. He's going to see how much it rained 100 years ago.
Exactly. He can take course. Look, he could tell. See, and I'll tell you right now, I've been in that position.
There's going to be a 2-inch plug of dirt.
There's no way he's going to get that out of there. That guy's a little guy. I don't see him getting that out of there. He needs to go work out a little bit.
He's trying.
Just push. There's no way he's getting that out of there. Me and you have both been in this position, Matty. You got to take the barrel. You got to jam it.
Well, now he's taking the 2-piece barrel completely apart. Okay, see? I think he's finally got it going. Okay,
now if he's smart, he'll just use the back part. He won't actually put the front part back on.
I think he actually didn't have to take it apart. He started to unscrew it, but it popped it loose.
I don't know. So let's see. I think he only has the front part of the barrel on. That is a smart move right there. But now, however, he's got to keep that back barrel with him, or he will be eliminated from the game.
Yeah, you're not allowed to leave your equipment behind.
Yeah, he almost shot the coach. That would have been hilarious. I'd have laughed all day.
Now the gun will work in that way because the part of the barrel that actually is connected to the gun, not the front piece with the venting, that's what creates the acceleration.
Right.
Once it hits the venting, the ball's not even touching the barrel.
Oh,
wow!
James Sutton with half the barrel, the man he used to be.
With this clackety-clack machine gun now.
Florida Gators.
Oh, nice job. Florida Gators going to get on the board
Florida
here.
Gators making a great move. James Sutton in the zone, taking a core sample, which was hilarious from our view.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a broken shoulder, though.
We've seen so many guys break their collarbones, break their shoulders that way, dislocate their shoulders, because you have that bottle right by your hand, or right on the crux of your shoulder, and when you jam it in there, sometimes it pops the joint out.
Yep.
Luckily, it didn't happen to him, but he had the composure to get that core sample out.
Absolutely.
And then, like you said, just use the back half.
Yeah.
Because if the front's got the core sample, and actually he didn't even get the core sample out.
He didn't.
His buddies in the pit are going to have to do that for him.
Well, I looked at him earlier. I mean, I saw the kid.
Send this into the lab.
Exactly. Hey, let's go get it. James Sutton.
Look, we got to replay it. Check it out. And you're looking at it right there. Sutton, he's in the bunker doing surgery on his gun, completes the operation.
And just to give you a little, James Sutton, his major is environmental science.
Get out of here.
I swear to God. Environmental science. He can take that back to the lab and core sample himself.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when I shook his hand earlier, it wasn't that strong, so I knew for a fact he wasn't going to get that core sample out. I was like, okay, he's serious trouble.
That's composure right there. He's able to get small in that bunker. Look, you can see the bunker on the left-hand side right there. It's getting tapped. You can see the indentations of the paintballs coming in there. And then his boy makes the move up there into that center. Dorito takes a little bit of the guns off of him, and he's able to get around that corner. So nice job.
And he came around that snake, and he actually took out the left pins for on Ohio.
I mean, you do lose a tiny bit of velocity. It's not that bad, though. I mean,
he was a lot closer.
Yeah, you got to get close.
And that actually, I got to tell you, that move
stabbing
right
distance.
That impressed me right there. I was pretty high. When I saw him taking it apart, I was like, he's not going to get it out. I wonder if he's smart enough to take the barrel apart.
Yep.
And he was.
Oh.
So that was great on.
And they needed, that was a huge point for them.
Yes, it was.
Because with the score 4-1 right now, with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to play in this first half, that's clutch. Now you keep it within 3, and the 3-point spread, that's when it starts to get unmanageable. Once you start to let the other team get up more than 3 points on you, you're starting to throw the game away.
Absolutely.
And these are the important points, especially with only 2 minutes and 43 seconds. They score this. If Florida scores this next point, then they're going to be in a very good shooting distance of, because now you have a whole second half. You're within 2 games, still within that close range.
Right.
All right, let's look at 5 seconds here before the start of the break.
Snake in the break, it looks like, for Florida Gators, and there he goes all the way. Oh, also taking the Florida Gators, taking the X.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh, that was a crazy move.
And it's Nicholas Kasuza over here for Ohio. He needs to get something going here. He's trying to shoot cross field. He needs to work himself into the snake. It's going to be tough, though. There. Oh, nice. Smart move. You see that? The low crawl. We haven't seen that a lot. That's a smart move. That's what you need to do right there.
Chaz Ringelman.
Oh, wait, no, he might have get shot cross field.
If he's not, he's going to get shot right now by Chaz Ringelman.
He needs a gun up. Yeah, he needs a gun up on Ringelman.
And Chaz can just stand up and
shoot. This little battle, they're doing it. Battling back and forth, Ringelman and Kakuza.
You know, look for Kakuza to come.
Oh, shot cross field, but he gets taken out. So it's just Kakuza left in here for Ohio University.
Florida Gators have the back center and the back right, so it's a 2-on-1 situation. 3-on-1 actually.
Kakuza has it is 3-on-1. So Kakuza's going to have a game in here. He's played a really smart match so far, but unfortunately all of his boys died behind him.
Yeah.
Puts him in a really bad position. Oh, he might have got it. No, it's a broken ball.
You know, look for the Florida Gators to go down the field on the Dorito side, kind of come around behind him, and look for the highway move right here. I can see the highway move.
Yeah, the highway for sure. No, he's going to run down the corner. I think he's going to try to trade out with him. Oh, no, he might have got him first.
No, actually, you know what? Honestly,
he is clean.
Absolutely.
He's clean. Wow, he's clean. Nice job. I'm surprised they could have called a penalty right there.
Dave Barlow, that was a good, clean move.
And this is the thing. You can't go one at a time. You have to go in a coordinated effort.
And moving. Here's the highway move.
Here's the highway move. Oh, he picked him up. He picked him up. Kakuza's still alive. Oh, Kakuza gets shot cross field. And look at this, Florida with 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
That was a great play.
Wow, look at the Gators.
Yeah, that was a great play.
There you go. So with 1 minute and 6 seconds left.
Nick Kakuza, number 225, he's a video production major junior. That was really smart heads up and great coaching on the efforts of Ohio University right there.
That was a good job.
Absolutely.
I'll give him props. You know, Nick was doing a really good job of understanding the situation. Okay, look, it's 3-on-1. I'm going to have to chew these guys up. And then Florida, they did come a little sloppy. In fact, the first guy that came threw his body away. The second guy that came through also almost got shot by Nick, but Nick got shot cross field by that last guy who is. That's the thing. If you're that guy on the opposite side of the field and you see the madness start to take place, just put paint in there, man. You need to put paint on that guy because he has to come up to engage your player that's coming to get him. Obviously, you do not want to shoot your own player. Look, we got a replay. There's Kakuza.
This is a great play right here. See, now I'd expected, you know, Dave Chirac, just to stand up, and I had expected him just to stand up and shoot him. Chaz Ringelman.
Yeah, and I don't know why Ringelman did just go trade out right here.
Right here, he should have just went and traded out.
You know, run wide, gun up, so that there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to put paint on the guy. Yeah, you're going to get shot too, but it's going to happen so fast, the referee's going to be forced to call both of you out, and with 2 players left alive, no big deal. Once you're in that spot and you're engaging in that gunfight, that's a 50-50 chance right there. And instead of just going to clean the guy out, and then here, see, he just didn't know where he was. That was the mistake there, which really honestly shouldn't happen because the coach should be telling him, hey, he's at the 50-yard line. There's no reason for that.
And that's why we call the highway play, because you go on the highway, you can check off everything,
every single lane,
absolutely,
and the only way, and he's going to be looking tape side most likely. That's why see, that's the highway.
Right.
That's the highway move we were talking about right there.
You know, and actually that was a good move on both players' parts. I really think that. Nick Kakuza, I think he clipped the guy coming to get him in the down the highway.
I think he did too, but he got shot across field in his pack. Looked like
great. That was a great point though for both teams. I was really happy to see Florida come out on top in that point. So let's see what they do again in this breakout.
Here we go. 1 second to go. Looking at Ohio University digging hard on the snake side of the field, all the way into snake. One off the break.
On his
shot
back.
Cross field. That's the thing, man. You cannot come in there high like that. And they also lose another player. So Ohio University with 3 bodies left alive. Florida looking strong. They have 4 players alive and moving up hard on that Dorito side of the field.
Oh, and he gets clipped going to the corner. He didn't make that. That can in the center. These Florida Gators are the first team I've seen actually use that can and utilize
effectively.
It's very effective right now. Ohio's
and again, you got to keep your gun on the snake side of the field. Look at now the Gators making their move up in the center.
They only have 1 player left for Ohio. And now they can seal this deal right here. All the guy in the center's got to do
is go trade out.
Wait for the guy to trade out, and he's going. He get the flag, and he can still hang the flag. 20 seconds.
20 seconds left. Tons of time, and they're going to concede it.
Ohio getting a minor penalty on that point.
Wow, look at this. We got ourselves a match. The Gators getting back in it, going to take it within 1. The score going to be 4-3, still in favor of the Bobcats.
That was a great play by the Florida Gators. You know, I like their breakout in that game. The only thing they did different was instead of going to the snake on the break, they took Dorito 2 on the break, which it seemed to be effective. Even though the player got in there, I mean, he confused them. That can shot to the snake. They tried to go on that angle. They're shooting on that snake. He just doesn't realize it.
No, you're right.
And it's like that tower. Like you guys, tall guys like you, you get in there and you have the angle.
Down on the guy. You have the angle. Yeah.
Yes,
if you're close to 6 foot, man, you have a really good angle shooting down on that side.
Absolutely. Just great play right there by the Florida Gators. I like the breakout. I like how the consistent play. I like what they did with the whole field.
Florida's get back in it. That's some gumption. I definitely respect that. And because this is what you want heading into the second half. The game is now within 1. You're stealing that momentum away from Ohio University. Ohio, now, they're shaking their heads. They're like, man, what's going on right now? And I think another thing, too, is that Florida's living in their bunkers longer. That was the big key.
Right.
Got under a minute, and the penalty is going to be on the board. So, of course, there's 19 seconds. So probably what's going to happen is you're not going to see a point scored. They're going to come. The breakout's going to happen. They're going to shoot their lanes for a little bit. We're going to head to halftime. There's still going to be time left on that penalty, and that's key because off the break, even though it's a minor, so there's only going to be about 40 seconds left on that penalty. You still have to play down a man for 40 seconds, and the big thing is that takes 20% of your firepower away off the break.
Right, absolutely. Making that move up to the X and getting to that spot. Thomas Irby, he's a business administration management major. He's also a senior, so. He's one of those players that they're actually probably going to lose after this year. He played that spot real well, the can real well. Mm-hmm. He's one of those tall kids. So I think he's built for that spot. I'm looking forward to see what the break. I think it's going to be conservative breakouts. They're just going to get this 19 seconds
get 19 seconds off the clock and head to second half. Heavy guns for.
There's a double X move we talked about.
Wow, that was aggressive.
That was awesome.
Ohio's going for it.
Everybody dying. Everybody's getting shot.
Kakuza streaking down this side. He's going to get taken out.
Chaz Ringelman, if they can. What happened?
Somebody blew the horn. That's not that smart.
I
wonder who conceded that.
Did that just happen?
I mean, that's really not a smart play. Like I appreciate the aggression, but you have to, you got to use your brain too. And if you have a 1-point lead with 20 seconds left, essentially, to play,
I
think it did run off. Just we're seeing 16 seconds on the clock up there, so maybe that's a clock malfunction.
As soon as we know what happened, I'm not sure exactly what happened.
The Zebras are having a convention right now, so we'll find out here. We're hearing in right now.
Okay. There was a minor on Ohio. The 40 seconds, like I said,
it did.
Time
did expire. The clock just wasn't running for some reason.
So time ran out. There is that still minor. There's a minor for 40 seconds on Ohio after the half.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams looking pretty strong right here. I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the switch sides of the field.
Yeah, this turned into a great game right now.
Number 10, T.J. LaRue.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually playing that point. He's a civil engineer major, playing really well. He's also a junior. These guys right here, they got second at the World Cup 2009 Class A. CFP here is their home field. They drive 2 hours for practice. This is their first year that the Florida Gators have had partial funding for their team,
which is huge.
Yes, and I mean it's a beginning. You say partial, and when they said partial, they kind of chuckled.
Partial.
But still, any
help is great, especially for the college kids. College kids are on limited income, and the more help that they can get, the better, and it's going to enable them to actually try to compete with some of these bigger squads that have more help from their team. In fact, like Liberty University, which we're going to see in a little bit, they have their own field on campus. They pay $10 a case for paint, and that's the type of support that's really going to help a franchise grow, as you can see with some of the players on that squad.
Just to interrupt you here real quick, Maddie. What's going on now is the penalty went on the wrong side of the field.
Okay.
There was a wrong person in the box. This point that we just seen is going to be replayed. The last 19 seconds of the point is going to be replayed. The penalty will be assessed, so it's pretty much like that last point never happened. So we're just doing a reset right here. There was a little confusion on the field with the reffing, and they're fixing it right now. Both teams mutually agreed, hey, let's go and play that point again, which is good sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
No harm, no foul. There's 19 seconds.
Yeah, and I mean, more than likely, no point's going to be scored. Let's see if they come aggressive again, trying to score that quick point.
Right. I mean, smart teams out there like you and I, when it's this close, you go to your spot, you lock the field down, 19 seconds, nobody scores. Because you and I've been both on the receiving and the giving end.
Yes.
I run on the field, I get shot, and somebody scores a point on me in 11 seconds.
Or
vice versa. Somebody does it to me.
Which is great. But after you've done that enough times and you realize the risk, and it's like, hey, it's 19 seconds, let's go to our spots now. If you're down the point, if you have the good breakout, and you get a couple of those, let's say you get 3 kills quickly, like boom, 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 awesome. Okay, now giddy up. Now make those moves.
Absolutely.
But keep that one guy in reserve just in case, so you can allow that time to run down and not give away the point. The big thing is, you're really, the break is going to determine it, and you don't want to just, like the aggressive play again, I appreciate that, and that's awesome, but you have to use your brain, and it's better to just let that clock run off and then head to the second half.
Absolutely.
It's not a lot of time. 19 seconds is just, it's too much to ask to try to score that point. Things can get too crazy. You have to get real crazy to score a point that quick, and when the crazier you get on those runs, the more likely you might get a penalty. How many times have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody tries to come aggressive to score that quick point, boom, gets a major, and then that really hurts the team.
It's the longest 19 seconds of your life.
Yeah. You're sitting shooting the lane, looking at the clock, shooting the lane, looking at the clock.
Because you figure you can shoot 2 loaders in 19 seconds pretty much, if not more.
Yeah.
And
so that's the thing. You just run to your spot, shoot your gun, don't let them come.
Kind of interested to see what happens. I'm sure that's what they're going to do right here. There's no reason to get crazy. And you can possibly get hurt. Why get hurt in 19 seconds?
True.
Nice conservative breakout for both teams. I see Florida Gators using that same breakout.
They really like that stand-up can.
Yeah, and you know what? I like that stand-up can.
No, I like that stand-up can too, but that's something that Ohio University needs to pick up on. Oh, and he gets shot out of there.
But at this point, it don't really matter.
Look at this. I'll give it up to Pando.
Actually, you know what? He might have made that.
Dude, David Pando was on his horse, man. He was, he's on his pony. And David Pando is another one of the players from Ohio University Bobcats that you've seen around for a little bit now, and has been one of their solid players.
Going over the roster here real quick, I see a lot. Whit Bullard, number 69 out there. He's a mechanical engineer, sophomore. Playing really good out there.
All right, so that is the halftime. We're going to head to a commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Bored of the same old parties? Play paintball. Paintball is a fun, safe, and exciting sport that anyone can play. And GreatDayOfPlay.net is the best place to find a paintball field near you. Whether it's a birthday party or a corporate outing, paintball is fun for the whole family. Go to GreatDayOfPlay.net and enter code GREATDAY for a special offer. Or call 888-PAINTBALL for a field nearest you.
All right, so we are back. Got about 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go here for the start of the second half. We're watching University of Florida Gators taking on the University of Ohio Bobcats. And what a great game, man. There's going to be 41 seconds left on the minor penalty assessed on Ohio University. So they will have to play down a man for the start of the second half. And in case you just tuned in, like we talked about, that's 20% of their guns, man. It's big off the break when you only have 4 guns going against 5.
Absolutely. It doesn't really affect you towards the end because that guy will get out of the box.
Yeah, he'll get out of the box. Not a big deal. I mean, it's not that a minor penalty, 41 seconds, you can easily grind 41 seconds off.
But then again, you can also get to the 50 to 50 snake, and that guy's a pretty decent shot on. But you know what? When you're up there, you have guns shooting at you, so you know, like the percentage of him getting out of the box is pretty decent, actually.
Yeah, it should be decent, depending on the position the other guys get. And then we'll see if they have the composure to remember that there is a penalty, and to have the state of mind to understand, okay, well, even though I've just been in battle for 40 seconds, knowing that 41 seconds is, right around that time, and you put your gun up on that.
I'm pretty happy to see that the level of play escalate. After
really
yesterday, you can tell the difference in the play.
You can tell that we're moving on to the later rounds.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, looking for these later games. Some of these teams, and then tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. For sure.
Yeah, and like next up we have the University of Pittsburgh Panthers taking on Florida Atlantic University Owls, and that's actually a rematch from already in this event where Pittsburgh lost to Florida Atlantic 5-7 in a very close game.
Yep, it was a good game. There's blowouts yesterday, but there's also some pretty good games. You guys definitely got to stay tuned and watch the rest of the day today.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. I don't think it's going to rain.
And we got, Rocky Cagnoni here. We got Oliver Lang here. Kevin, or Catfish Arcilla, he's also here as well. So we got some world champions breaking the game down for everybody.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of people here with a lot of experience, and you get a lot of different views from everybody. You got your great views. Matty Marshall, been in the game forever.
It's too long.
No, I've been in the game too long. I feel like an old shoe.
Yeah, you got some years on me too.
So I've known you since you were 14, 15.
Yeah, I think it was like 16.
Yeah, you were 16. You've been playing for a long time. Great writer, great commentator. You're kind of a jack of all trades. You're always good at everything you ever did.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Absolutely. I've never heard that one before. That's good. I'm going to use it. 5 seconds here. Let's see what happens with the Florida Gators and the Ohio University.
Right, so on the breakout here, big moves off the break.
That was a great move over there.
That's a great move, but you got to dive into that spot.
Yeah, exactly.
And because the reason he got shot is because he went in high.
That was T.J. Laron over there making that move to that tower. They like this can again. I got to say, you can make that with no problem. The only guy's going to shoot you, and he's playing kind of lackadaisical off it a little bit, if you notice. He's got to get up in that bunker a little bit, so that if they get up in the Doritos, they're going to shoot him. Right now, you can see he's got this snake side.
He takes out a Mario.
He's got the snake side locked down.
Yeah, and then they get into the snake side. He's going to shot. Oh, it looks like gets a shot on the back center bunker. It looks like he got shot in the pack. I don't think the referee has seen that yet.
Now, see right here, there's no reason for him not to go all the way down.
There's nothing stopping him. And anytime you're in a position like this in the snake, and look at that, another Ohio University player. So look at this. Florida's going to tie this game as long as they can keep on point here.
And actually, like we talked about earlier, there's no reason for them not to go all the way down the snake.
Yeah, and Sutton in the snake right here, he really needs to just get on his belly. Why is he stopping there? I understand he's got a shot on the Drew, so you have a better shot on the Drew if he comes all the way down onto Ohio University's side of the field.
Oh, right in the pack. James Sutton.
See, look at that. And that's what happens if you don't get on your belly and crawl all the way down the field. And the question you have to ask yourself in that spot is, who's stopping me? If the answer is the people across the field who I have bunkers to hide myself from, then continue to go down the field and get that ground.
And now, Florida Gators playing really, really concerted right here. But, that guy in the Dorito, too, is...
Yeah, he's stuck in Dorito, too. He's in a really bad spot. He has guys coming down the Doritos on him and also coming up the center. He has a back player in the back center who was able to get a shot around the corner. A nice... Oh, he gets another shot. This guy in the back center is just tearing up Florida Gators right now. Wow, look at this. And I think it's going to come down to a one-on-one. No, he's gone as well. So it looks like there's just one player left alive for Ohio University, but they're going to put him in the box. Wow, so there's a penalty on. So look at that. That penalty. I'm a back player. I cannot stand when that happens. Look at that. I couldn't see who it was, but the back player steps up, has an amazing game, gets 2 kills because nobody realized where he was, which is a total mental mistake on the part of the Florida Gators. And you can see him turning around and yelling at their coach. Obvious miscommunication there.
Jake Creeman was the guy over in Dorito 2 over there. He was holding him down. Jake, number 1337. He's marketing major, playing over there really, really well. He's a freshman. He held that down really well at Dorito 2. The back center guy, like you said, was just tearing those guys up. I believe the penalty was on Jake.
Yeah, the penalty was on Jake, which pulled the back center player, and that's why I would be so frustrated. I've been in that situation a lot of times. You're having a game, you're going to win the point for your team, and then somebody, gets a little too crazy over there, and you pay the price for that. And then the team ultimately pays the price for it.
Jake and his teammate having some words down there. He's not too happy about it, like you said.
Oh, so what it was and that's even worse. We just got the call in from the head referee, Mike. and he said that there's 2 minor penalties, one for unsportsmanlike conduct and one for talking after hit.
Oh, no.
And that is just a major, major lack of mental focus.
Absolutely.
When you have a game that's this close, you're about to go up a point. You're about to go up 2 points against a team that's starting to come back on you and steal your momentum. You basically just shoot yourselves in the foot by doing something stupid like that.
You know, that back center player, Joe Meenan, number 23, he's a telecommunications systems major. That guy, he played that back center like you. Very composed.
Yeah, composed. And again, you have to have this mental picture of your opposition, of the opposition, and the variables in your head, and it's basically just solving that problem. And then you have to limit your exposure when you're dealing with a lot of bodies coming at you. You should just come out real quick, and you should already know where those shots are going to go. And that's what he was doing. He was playing really smart and methodical back there, but chopping people up, and then just gets stabbed in the back by his guy, acting a fool over there on the Dorito side, getting an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and then talking after he was hit.
Yeah.
And it's just so frustrating. And I know these guys aren't super experienced, so that's going to happen with guys that are young and hot and really are trying to go that extra mile for their team. But it's just, now they have to start with 3 bodies. Let's see on the breakout here. Florida digging all the way to the snake, trying to take advantage of that power play.
This is a great power play by Florida Gators right here. It was a nice conservative breakout, but you look, they're not crossed up right here. You can't make that move like that and not cross up.
Yeah, Chaz Ringelman all the way to the 50-yard line. He's going to have some good shots on guys. And again, why is he not into the next notch of the snake? There's nobody stopping him here. If he gets on his belly, he can crawl up in there.
Oh, and right there, Ohio losing their back.
Especially now. Chaz is definitely going to, if he wanted to, there's not a back player on the tape line stopping him from doing anything. And the guy that's at the temple is shooting on the inside. That's Nick Kakuzo. Nick Kakuzo over there. His gun is dedicated towards the Drew side. Now he's going to try to make a move and get torn apart by the back player here for the Florida Gators.
Doug Scherderholm, number 713, trying to make the move into the snake and try to hold it down. It's not going to work out for him very well. They do get one player out of the box. There's another player coming out of the box right here. He's going to come out blazing.
And get torn apart.
That's right. I mean, at least he came out.
Tie game.
Made the move. Great play by Florida Gators. They look like they're making some changes. They're adjusting to Ohio.
The biggest thing, the difference that we're seeing from the beginning of the game to now is that their survivability. They're not dying out of their bunkers wholesale like they were in the beginning of the game. And I don't know if that was a coaching move or if maybe a leader on the team stepped up and yelled at his guys and be like, look, man, come on, man, compose your gunfight. What are you doing? We're throwing this game away. But they fixed that problem, and now with about 10 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the second half of this match, the game is going to be tied.
Actually, and I was pretty disappointed yesterday with the coaching on the behalf of the Florida Gators. They had some coaching issues. And he's an experienced person, but now today it seems like their coaching is actually stellar.
Yeah.
I can't complain one bit. He's coaching the snake guy real well. The decisions they're making on the field, the spots they're taking, I like their changes.
I definitely like their changes. And that's one of the biggest things in paintball. You have to be able to adjust. This is a punch, counter punch game. You're constantly trying to exert your will on the team. If that's not happening, you have to figure out, okay, what is the other team doing that's working? And also, most importantly, what are we not doing?
Absolutely.
What part of the game? All right, look, we're looking at the replay right here. Look at Chaz Ringelman right there, destroying one of the players coming out of the box. Nice job by Chaz.
Yeah, he didn't get crazy. He didn't stand over the top. He got tight. Because I've come out of the box before and I've shot 2 guys. And that's possible.
It's totally possible.
I don't know how. I just don't know how I did it. I think one guy wasn't paying attention. I shot the other guy, and I just kind of got lucky. But
it's called skills.
It is
pronounced with a Z.
It is possible. I've done it. So sometimes everybody's screaming. You don't hear box. You don't know what's going on. Yeah, and you come out of the box and, hey, freebies.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the things that, about it is that you have to, the alluring things about paintball is that you're constantly trying to maintain your composure in the crazy situation of the game.
Absolutely. Right now the Florida Gators and Ohio State having a great game, 4-4 with 8:45 left in this game. It's the second half. There's 10 seconds left before this game. I like the Florida Gators breakout, but I really feel that they need to start changing things up a little bit because Ohio is not going to take this. They're going to sit back. They're going to recognize what's going on, what's working for Florida Gators, and they're going to adjust and start shooting the Florida Gators out.
All right, so look at this breakout here. Florida 3 guns up on the break, and they continue to go to that stand-up. And Ohio now having a hard time living over here. That was Amario.
Now that Ohio's taking that Dorito over there, he has a good shot on that can.
I don't know if it's the flu maybe that's starting to hurt Amario, but he's having a hard time over here on the snake side, and he's been putting in work for him.
Right now Ohio on their back of their heels. He's going to get take. Oh, that's a great shot by the Florida Gators.
Momentum has completely shifted onto the Florida Gators side right now.
Davek Sharama in the snake right now for Florida Gators. Back center guy. That's about it right there. Florida Gators powerhousing.
Look at this, and now the Florida Gators are going to take the lead. The score is going to be 5-4. They're already doing the fist pump. Don't start doing that yet, man. You're going to jinx your team.
Davek Sharama, not knowing what's going on because his head's in the dirt and his snake. That's okay.
That's good, though, because he got in there, he did his job, and he really didn't need to do a lot because they're, now Ohio is having a hard time.
Florida Gators with a minor penalty.
A minor penalty. Let's see what that is going to be on.
I don't even know what's going on right now. Everybody's standing around. Oh, I see what's going on. I think, the minor penalty, I'm not sure what it was. They had 5 guys alive that game. Very, very dominating, very convincing game.
Yeah, the momentum has completely shifted to the Florida side. You can see that the composure starting to drain out of Ohio Universities. They're getting these penalties now. Let's see. Oh, there's going to be a minor penalty. There's a minor penalty also on Ohio University, it looks like, too, at the end of that. So wow, look at these.
We have a minor
penalties all over the place now. At least they're keeping them to be a minor penalty.
You know what? The judges actually, I'm liking the judging today.
Yeah. I think they're keeping everybody honest. They're keeping it tight. Not too crazy.
Even just like players walk the fields, it takes the refs a little time to recognize shots, to know what can and can't happen.
We're looking at the snake replay right now, and getting in there, and he, like I was saying, you're looking at the back center guys shooting at him right now, but he did do a little work, but it was really his back guys that were able to shoot a lot of guys out of their spots. But look at that, playing low, playing smart, getting good ground. It goes past the 50-yard line. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying, hey, look, nothing's stopping you. Get on your belly and crawl the length of the snake. That's the type of move that you need to see out there if you want to win this tournament.
And just to give you guys an update, for the penalties, Ohio University got a minor penalty for leaving the box early before the point was over, and the Florida Gators received a minor penalty for having too many coaches on the field. They actually had one coach out there right now, and another coach came on the field before the point was over. So unfortunately for them, a minor penalty assessed for that. That's just a mistake that can't be made. But you know what? It's a simple mistake because the punt was over. There's 5 guys in the field. That's why you really got to pay attention to what's actually going on. Florida Gators, Ohio University. Look for Ohio University to take a timeout right here. I can definitely see them taking a timeout.
God, timeout would be so clutch right now. Throw that timeout.
Yeah, there we go. There's a timeout. There's a timeout by Ohio. And as a team, as Florida Gators, instead of running out there and being all crazy, I always look across the field. I can tell when they're going to do a timeout.
You don't see anyone walking out there?
Yeah, but what would be funny one time is kind of juke them out and sit there, and then just as they're getting ready to walk off, sprint out there and get on the field. I don't think that would work, though. They'd be all in shambles. Both teams start with 4. Florida Gators only have 48 seconds, I believe, left on theirs, or is it vice versa?
Florida's got 48 left on their minor penalty, and it stays on the board because they won that last point. Again, minor penalties are 1 minute, and you have to serve, time served, and it comes off the clock if you lose the point, and it stays on the clock if you win the point. 3-minute majors, however, they stay up the entire time length of the penalty. And,
the clock always stops. The clock winds down, and if you guys are wondering why the clock stops at 5 minutes, the clock stops at 5 minutes unless you take a timeout, as you're getting down to the time. So, some of these teams, if you're down by 4 or 5 points and you're above 5 minutes, it's in your best interest to take your timeout then, because after every point below 5 minutes, the clock stops.
Absolutely. So we got about a minute to go here. 5 minutes left here in regulation. The score 5-4 in favor of the Gators, and they really have clawed back into this game. And Ohio University has got to be disappointed in their performance here in about the last 10 minutes of play.
Absolutely. You're taking a look at Florida Gators right there. They got a nice squad. You see one player in the box. 5 minutes, 5-4 Florida Gators. 48 seconds on their penalty, 1 minute on Ohio. Awesome day out here. Beautiful.
Yeah,
it's nice and breezy. It's not hot.
Perfect paintball weather.
It's just, it is perfect paintball weather. You're absolutely right.
Not too hot, not too cold.
Paint's going to break.
The paint's going to be perfect. That's the key. It's not humid and it's not cold. If it's too hot and humid or too cold, you're going to have paint issues regardless of how good the paint is. And that's always going to be a problem. So right now, if you're one of those guys on the field, you know that if you put that shot on, that it's going to count. All right, let's look at this break. And you're looking at Florida right there. That's Chaz.
Mirrored up now. They both make kind of similar breakout. Florida Gators losing.
Florida losing a player off the break, and looks like 4 alive for Ohio University. They still have a guy in the box. There goes Chaz.
There's no way he's going to make that. He had a mirror on his lane, and that's what we talked about before. You know, that he's going to be shooting down on him. It's a great move to get in the snake.
Look at Brooklyn,
by Doug Scherdemann.
Brooklyn Kukuza here in the snake for Ohio University. He's going to try to shoot cross field. And then he's going to gun up again at that notch 2 of the snake and try to get his unit locked in a gunfight with the 40-yard line. Dorito, there you go. Get into the next spot. And here goes going to run through. He's going to get torn apart. I do not know why he did that. Let's see if Kukuza could get a shot on the 40-yard line. Dorito off of that. Nope. And again, this is a spot where, well, Kukuza is alone over here on the snake side of the field, so he's got to be careful. Nice job by Kukuza taking out Dorito.
Comes out of the box blazing.
Kukuza is on fire right now. Nice job. He gets himself a little 3-pack. And there we go. Brooklyn Kukuza stepping up for Ohio University to tie the game back up here at 5 apiece with 3 minutes and 53 seconds left to play. Wow, nice job by Nick Brooklyn Kukuza. New York kid living in Ohio.
Yep. I mean, that's just awesome right there. I'd love to see that. You know, he played a great game. You know, did you mention earlier that they played the NCP All-Stars?
Yeah, and actually, David Pando and Brooklyn Kukuza, the player who just ran down and had a stunning point here, they played with the NCPA All-Stars in Phoenix at the PSP. All right, looking at a replay here coming up.
That was the run-through. I mean, that was Nick Kukuza sitting there very composed.
Shooting cross-field, and you see the Dorito at the top of your screen right underneath the 4 for Ohio. That's who Kukuza's shooting at, and then he's also going to get a shot on that pin. You see that guy come off right there. Boom. Dives in. He's going to get around that corner, snake one. The guy's going to come out of that box.
He laid out the Florida Gators player, in case you didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. Nice job, man. He got himself a 3-pack. 3 kills for him, and pretty much single-handedly winning that point for Ohio University to get his team back in this game and tied up at 5.
Brooklyn's in the house.
Nice job, Nick Brooklyn Kukuza.
I was impressed with that, actually. Very nice.
Yeah, he's playing good, man. That kid's pretty good. That boy's good.
I guess we'll see.
Well,
he's good right now.
It's not over yet.
It's not over. 5-5, tie game here. 3:49 left in the game. 30 seconds left to the next point. You know, I can call it either way right now. I have no idea which way to call it.
Yeah, honestly, you know, Ohio University finally stealing that momentum back. It's going to come down to individuals at this point. You know, who's going to shoot that lane? Who's going to take it upon themselves to win this game? Big players have big games, and this is when you need to step up right here. Get into that snake. Get up with the Mountain Dorito side. If you're a back player, shoot the best lane you possibly can off the break, and hope you get somebody, and that's going to make the difference.
Yep.
Sounds simple. It's just so hard to do.
No kidding.
So hard to do when the chips are down. All right, here we go. Both teams breaking out. Good spread for Florida over here on the snake side of the field, getting all the way to the 40-yard line. Dorito, they lose their back player on the snake side of the field. So now in the driver's seat on the snake side with the player ready to try to make a move to the snake is Ohio University.
If he gets in the snake, see, what's going to happen is the guy at the can is going to switch, and he's going to jump in that side of that snake.
Well, look at Florida making moves to the 50-yard line. Dorito, he's in a good spot, and he's just going to try to lock down. Oh, he's going to get run down by David Pando.
Oh, great move. Great move by Ohio, going down the Dorito side, smoking everybody.
Wow.
What a game.
Finally gets taken out, though.
These guys have no idea what's going on over here. Great game. That game right there, that was a move and a half.
Nice job. That was single-handedly down the Dorito side of the field. The guns were shifted towards Kukuza over here on the snake side. And David Pando stepping up.
That was a clutch point right there. You know, it looks like he's throwing up. Just so you know, everybody, when you're that age, you shouldn't be throwing up. However, it's really, really funny up here to watch. I'm not going to lie. David Pando throwing up all over the field.
He's got to work on his cardio.
Absolutely. He got to work on his cardio. Great move. Awesome.
Yeah, Pando's
let's just keep an eye on that. Look at it, keep an eye on it.
He's purging the demon.
He's purging the demon. Get out, demon.
Yes.
Out, demon. Flushing the system. He got all the game out. Now he's trying to get all the non-game out so he can kind of equalize himself. Great game. You know what? That was a great game. I wouldn't be giving him crap if I wasn't impressed. That was a great move.
You know, and like we said, Pando's one of the players that came off Ohio University to play for the NCPA All-Stars in Phoenix. And they, you know, that's definitely an honor to be recognized as an All-Star.
Yep. I think we've both been there a few times.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
Remember, what was it? Portugal that one year? That was pretty fun.
Portugal. Ha, ha, ha.
Lisbon.
I would be telling stories, but it's not going to happen.
All right,
Awesome.
so, yeah, we're
Here's
looking at...
David Panda looking at the cardio. Here's one. Here he's like, wait, thinking about it. Oh my goodness, that's one. He's like, do I feel okay? I'm not really sure. Oh no, I don't feel very good.
I think he actually got some out that time.
I think maybe. One more? Do I have one more of me? Oh,
gonna have to go brush his teeth.
Yes, actually, I just leave it in there to remind myself. You know what's the worst when you
Get that bile smell to get you
yeah,
up.
right in the inside of your mask.
Nothing gets you up like a smell of bile in the morning.
It's awesome. Okay, that was it. My tummy just turned a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little. So wonderful. Anyway, this game's a close game, man. 6-5. I can
That's like
see
Thomas Mantoni. Remember he would
Oh,
throw
he
up
was the
constantly?
worst.
He'd just like throw up
Yeah,
like
so
after
Thomas
every
Taylor,
point.
too.
Thomas Taylor definitely is a puker.
Jeez.
And his cardio's great. You know?
I know his cardio is great. It is great, but he has abs because when you upchuck, you're flexing.
You're flexing all the time.
That's the two extra
it's
abs
like,
he has.
Like it's just as good as that machine that makes
It
you
is.
flex.
It's like we should market that.
We should.
We should just market Epicac. Here, take this Epicac. You have abs.
Need a six-pack? Drink Epicac.
We're not condoning
Bulimia.
by any means.
By any means whatsoever.
However, if you do
It is
that-
quite comedic.
It is quite comedic
when you're playing paintball.
Absolutely. When your friend's throwing up and you can sit there and laugh at him.
Yeah. And then he's a great kid too. I like David. a lot.
Yeah,
Pando's-
absolutely.
Pando's sweet.
Yeah. Because you're out there the night before and you're having a drink with your buddies and they want that one extra beer and then we're like, okay, man, cool, no problem. And the next day when they're throwing up, it's like, hey,
Told you so.
told you so. Should have had the mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Settle your stomach down.
Oh goodness, we are horrible. All right, 6-5 here.
2 minutes and 49 seconds left to play. Man, we have a really close game on our hands.
Yes. Good times up here. Good times. All right, gentlemen. 40 seconds left to this next point. Crucial point. 6-5. Florida Gators have got to come back with an answer.
Yeah, what a seesaw battle here in the last couple minutes we've had.
This is a great game. I must be good because all the stuff yesterday, you guys are up here at blowouts, and now up here 6-5. They're battling it out.
Yeah, well, either that or you're getting lucky. But like we always say, I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
So, and again, like it's coming down to individual players stepping up. Pando steps up that last point, has an amazing point. And then also Kakuza is also handling his business for Ohio. Right now is what's going to happen is Florida, maybe Chaz needs to step over here on the snake side, but somebody is going to have to dig deep and tie this game up for Florida Gators.
Nice conservative breakout. Oh, this is a great breakout by Florida Gators. I love that X move right there.
Oh, finally gets shot by the back corner, and you know what it was? It's because he was a little slow getting in there.
Right.
And basically the back corner player, I think that was Pando again, running another point, able to get out so that back corner get gunned up and recognize he had a player run up the center and taking him out. Nice job by Pando over there on the Dorito side.
Ohio, nice composed. They're chilling out. They're not doing anything crazy.
And now Pando making a move to the 40-yard line. Dorito as Kakuza gets into snake one. So Ohio University with the play on the snake.
Dorito player for the Florida Gators making a great move, taking out 3 players very, very quickly. Ohio State down to 2 players right now.
So Kakuza's going to have to step up here on the snake side of the field.
Ohio University has got to answer. Derek Sharama in the snake. He's going to stand up over the top and try to take this guy out. There's no reason for him to stay alive right now. If he takes this guy out, the game will be over. He's got plenty of players alive. He's got the guy at the camp protecting him. If that guy...
Oh, that's going to do it. Kakuza's going to get back massaged here shortly.
Derek Sharama's just going to stand up and shoot this guy. The game is over. There's no reason for him to stay alive. He has 3 guys just standing there. Oh. You know what?
I'll give him an extra credit for the bravery.
Yes. That's really not going to do any good.
Yeah. And so we got to tell. It's like how to sell the tie game here with 1 minute and 33 left on the clock. Very closely contested match between the Gators and the Bobcats.
Right. Good fill out on the Florida Gators part by getting out into that corner. James Sutton making a move. I've noticed him a lot.
Sutton's handling.
Sutton, he gets out of the corners. He sees that, hey, we need somebody in the corner. He looked like he was actually going to the tower because he thought his player was dead.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, so he did a detour and went to the corner.
Yeah, Sutton is definitely stepping up for Florida. And we have a replay in the snake right here as you're looking at Kakuza on the right-hand side of your screen. And I think that is Sutton there in the snake for the Gators. And boom, there Kakuza makes his move now. It's 3-on-1, so it's just a desperation attempt.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, at that point, if you're going to do that dive across, you're going to get shot by the back guy. So if he wants to live in that situation and not just dive valiantly, then he needs to kind of like stay on his feet, try to take that guy down and get it back on the inside, and hopefully just have the back player flat out miss you. But that's a really tough shot to miss.
Absolutely. Well, the back player was Sutton.
The back player was
Direct
Sutton?
Shirama. That was in the Devek. Shirama. He's been playing that snake really well, actually. I was pretty impressed with him. The Florida, this is a great game right here. I mean, this is definitely not the Florida Gators that was out here yesterday. I can tell you that right now. I mean, because I watched the game yesterday, and I was expecting a lot out of them. Like, I was up here with Catfish, and they just didn't. I think they lost yesterday. Actually, they just didn't do it for me. But this is definitely a different team today. You could be one team one day and another team the next. So.
Yeah. So directly after this game, which we have 1 minute and 33 seconds left in, University of Pittsburgh Panthers are going to be taking on Florida Atlantic University. And again, in case you just tuned in, it's a rematch from yesterday where Pittsburgh got taken down by Florida Atlantic 5-7 in a very close match. So both teams are going to be out for blood today.
Good times.
And right after that, we're going to have the Liberty University Flames, who have impressed all of us yesterday, and Tosh 4.0 that we've been calling him because he's just the next level. He's been stunning for Liberty. All right, let's see right here.
Ohio losing their whole snake side.
This could be the last point of the match, depending on the
Another
breakout. No,
down.
it's going to be a quick point with Ohio losing so many bodies. So now Florida's going to try to score a quick one here.
Like Florida, Derek Shirama.
If I was Florida, look at this, 3 players left alive for Ohio. They're all from the center on over to the Dorito side and all in the back bunkers. Florida all the way up past the 50-yard line and snake. Going to wrap around, take out the back center. He's going to hopefully try to get another.
Derek Shirama. He had this game won.
Oh, but
one player alive. 1 minute left. They need to blow the horn right now. There's no way they're going to win this game. There's 3-on-1.
Yeah,
you need to blow the horn.
3-on-1 and
4-on-1.
Yeah, 4-on-1. So if I'm Florida, slow down. You've got to win the point, obviously, but try to take up as much time as possible.
And if you're Ohio,
you got to throw it now. Concede the point, and at least you give yourself enough time to at least try to score 2 or score 1 and tie. Yeah, now they have it.
Good call.
Yeah,
good
they
call.
They should have done 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Should have done 20 seconds ago.
Because that guy died with 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
Which is tons of time to score 1 point.
40 seconds is a little tougher now.
Yeah, 40 seconds that's a tough order. You might see an aggressive play up the center. You're going to have to see some sort of snake off the break play, maybe a stunt, try to get to that 40-yard line. Dorito have him wrap around and make moves to the 50. They're going to have to play aggressive to try to get back and score this close, or score another point to tie it up here in 40 seconds.
Great play right there. Those, that was actually Thomas Irby that was in the snake that did all that damage. That guy just rocked those kids out.
Oh yeah.
I actually thought that he was going to shoot them all. He just got clipped in the goggles. It was a great move. He did it counterclockwise, just like you're supposed to. Back center, left cake, back left. I think the cake was actually the one that took him out. But as he got took out by the cake guy also got shot, I believe, by Sutton.
Yeah.
Great game, though.
Oh man, this is a hell of a game.
These guys are playing really, really well.
Both teams want it. They've definitely both came to play paintball today, and both really want to win this event. Again, we say this a lot, but the teams that have to fight to move on to the next round they know they've been tested. They know they can win. They're going to be confident, and those teams are always going to be. I wouldn't say favored, depending on how awesome the really stellar teams that have been blowing people out have played, but. I'd rather fight to get in.
Absolutely. Right now they're playing so well. Both teams are playing real well. I think that Ohio University is having a little trouble the second half at the end there. Devek Shirama, everybody, Thomas Irby, they're all playing so well right now. Chaz Ringelman, these guys are coming out, their guns up, and right now it seems like, Nick Akuza and everybody's got to get their stuff together right now. I mean, they have a chance right now to really take this to the next level.
All right, here it is. 40 seconds left, and huge breakout. Oh, very aggressive by Ohio.
I like that move right there, actually.
And look, he's going to shut down the snake side of the field. That's a really smart move. Oh, but he's taken out by he should have just ducked down and gunned up on the snake side.
Thomas Irby taking him out. They're in no position right now to really look. And Ohio losing another player. Florida Gators just handling business right now. There's no way that they're going to make it down the field with 10 seconds left.
At least they're giving it a shot as Kakuza streaking down the Dorito side. He's about to get bunkered hard. Whoa, big jump. And
goggles. There was, you know what? That actually disappointed me. That was the cheesiest, nerdiest move.
Hey, I'll give him credit, though. Talk about exclamation point,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, to the game.
The Vexarama.
For the win.
That was, I thought the kid was cool. That just.
Hey, I'll give him credit, man. I'll be on the other side of the fence for that. Hey, if you want to put exclamation point on a game, go and bunker the star who was killing everybody to win.
But see, what I would have done personally, I would have went up there and stuck my barrel in the back of his head.
Yeah.
And put the exclamation point on his back.
And I'll tell you what, though, we're looking at University of Florida, who it's their first year competing in Class A at Nationals, and they take down a really powerhouse team that's been stellar. And, look at, like we said, Ohio University, they took second place at this event last year.
Here's the replay of the nerd move. You know what? He did it with class, but he should have done the double knee slide, shoot you in the back.
Let's see if we get it. Now he
does.
Comes over the top.
He's doing the high. He's doing the high jump.
And this just in, the Russian judge gives him an 8.7.
Yes, I give him a 5. If he would have landed and stuck the landing,
right there.
If he just stuck the landing without losing the goggles, I would have given him at least at 8. However, by falling down and losing the goggles, I have to deduct 2.2 points. Unfortunately, 6.8 for that.
I mean, though the balletic little somersault at the end was, him trying to stick the landing. Yeah. I will still give him a combat roll for the effort.
The combat roll was good.
It was definitely. I love that. Go and slam the last guy.
Absolutely.
Especially, and it's Kakuza who's been handling.
Yeah.
Kakuza's been stepping up, and you're taking down Ohio University, one of the favorites here with a lot of returning players, and that's one of the all-stars from this entire collegiate division getting bunkered at the last part of the game. Awesome job.
Right. Great game. Both teams. That was an awesome
what a
game.
Great seesaw battle back and forth. Such a good job. And we're going to have Oliver Lang doing some sideline interviews in just a few seconds, and then do not go anywhere, because next up, coming at you, we got University of Pittsburgh Panthers. They're going to be taking on the Florida Atlantic University Owls in a rematch. Yes, from yesterday, Pittsburgh took down Florida Atlantic 7-5. Both those teams going to come out swinging. So we've going to have a little bit of time here before the next game, not too long, so do not go anywhere. And we are going to go down on the field here in just a few moments. We have one of the best paintball players in the world, multi-year world champion player from the Los Angeles Ironman, Ollie Lang, and he is going to be sitting in with some of the players from Florida University and picking their brain here on that last game.
All right, gentlemen, here we go. Down with Oliver Lang in the field.
All right, here we go. Introduce yourselves. All right, so you guys just going into that game, you guys playing the Bobcats, right?
They're going to be one of the tougher teams going in. All we can do is just come out and give our best.
Right, really, what made the difference there? Was it individuals? What side of the field kind of broke it down?
We started putting together some of our stronger lines, trying to really focus on getting in the snake. We knew their snake side was really going to beat us if we didn't match them up in there, so kind of tried to focus on that.
Yeah. First few points we gave them, we were just really learning their lanes and adjusting to how they play, and so I think that really helped it for us.
Well, good. So now, do you think this is like a big, motivational thing for you guys going into the next round?
Absolutely. I know all the other guys are really excited about beating this team. We knew these guys were a really good college team. We're trying to still come up. We're starting to, starting this new team or whatever, so we knew it was going to be tough.
Good. You guys got the home field advantage, and congratulations, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, right?
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so thanks, Oliver, and congratulations to Florida, sticking it to Ohio University in that hotly contested match. Man, that's one of the best games that we've seen so far at this tournament.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we're going to see more of that. Two teams that really want to win, that brought their A game, and just basically that seesaw battle back and forth. That's going to be great. But now we also have Oliver down on the field with got to be some sullen losers right now, Ohio University.
Absolutely.
Who've got to be really disappointed in their performance. Their loss here, not their performance. They played great. So let's go to Oliver on the field with Ohio University.
All right, here we are down on the field. Introduce yourselves.
Dave Pando, Nick Kakuza.
Guys, so what happened there? You guys were the favorite going into that game. I watched you guys last year. You guys are probably one of the top teams here. What really made the difference there? How did it fall apart?
We had them in the beginning of the game, and I think the reason they got us was penalties, man. We had some guys that just they lost themselves. They got super angry and frustrated, and we ended up getting 2 majors in a point. Had to play a point 3 on 5, and that just got to our heads, I think.
All right. Anything
Yeah, basically that's it. Majors killed us.
Penalties in any sport will kill you guys, but you guys, you guys still look strong. I watched a lot of good moves out there. Again, penalties probably will be the death to you guys now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, all of our guys played great. We tried, we trained really hard to get here, and I mean, this was the first year we've ever been a favorite for anything. We're always the underdogs, and I don't know, maybe that was the reason. We gotta come in as the underdog to win or something like that.
You guys got to think about not being the top dog and knowing until the end of the event. That's where it matters.
Definitely.
Well, thank you guys.
No problem. Thanks, man.
And we're back up here now with Matty Marshall, Chris Lasoy coming at you straight up.
I really hope that we can see some more of those battles.
That was awesome.
That's great paintball to watch.
We had a core sample.
Yeah, we had a core sample. We had
upchuck.
Guys puking. We had crazy ballet bunkering going on with somersaults and goggles flying off.
And the combat roll.
Combat rolls. And then an ultimately awesome paintball, essentially.
I agree 100%. I mean, that was a great game. We're down to 5 minutes here. 5 minutes for the next start of the next game. Who we got up here next, Matty?
Coming up next, University of Pittsburgh Panthers are going to be taking on the Florida Atlantic University Owls. Both those teams, scrappers, the Florida Atlantic guys, I talked to them. They feel real confident, and they feel confident in their gunfighting. They feel confident in their aggression, that they're going to need to try to take it to, or